welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Today's video is part of the challenge hosted by my good friend Heidi Sonboul from Happily Thriving Heidi. And the theme of this challenge is Easter DIY. What that means is that we are required to create one or more Easter DIYs, home decor, and share it with you guys. I decided to make three very cute and nice home decor pieces. They're very simple to make and they don't cost a lot at all. If you know me, you know that I like doing things on a budget. So I hope you will enjoy watching this video and I hope you will get motivation, inspiration to go ahead and make your own home decor. Let's go ahead and get started. For my first DIY, I am using one of these boards. They came from the Dollar Tree. I used them last year for Valentine's Day. I am removing all the ribbons and I'm going to be using the side that I actually painted last year. The first thing I'm going to do is to sand all the glitter that I added and any imperfection that there is on the board. I purchased this poster board around the Christmas time at the Hobby Lobby and I got it on clearance for 74 cents, which was a great deal. And I'm going to use only a piece of it. I will trace the board and I'm going to cut it out. And next I'm going to use my Mod Podge to attach the cutout piece to my board. I made sure to leave it to dry for probably an hour to make sure it is completely dry. I put something heavy on top to make sure the paper is stuck on the board. After it was completely dry, I used the sandpaper to sand the edges and any piece of paper that is sticking out of the board. I saw this other YouTubers doing it and I really like this method. It was a little more challenging with this poster board since it was a little thicker, but it worked out. Now I'm cleaning out my work surface and after that I am using a finer sanding paper just to sand out the edges even further. Next I'm using the same Mod Podge to add another layer on top to protect my project. Next, I will be using these wooden beads that came from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to be painting them in a light tan color that I actually got mixing my white chalk paint and this orange craft paint. It needed 2 coats of this paint to be completely covered. Now I'm taking these 2 galvanized signs that came from the Dollar Tree and my Waverly chalk paint in a color moss and I will just dab the color onto the signs and I'm not trying to do it completely perfect. I am totally okay if the galvanized color from the bottom pops out a little bit. Next, I will be using a poster board to cut out a little pieces that I'm going to stick on the back of the signs and that way I will erase the signs a little bit off the board. Now I will be threading the beads. I ended up using 1 big one, 5 little ones, 1 big one, 5 little ones, and all the way till the end. And I thought that looked really cute and different. And I tied knots on both sides and added just a little dab of hot glue to make sure it is kept in place. Next, I am taking these beads and I'm putting them on the top of my sign, attaching the end of the twine on the back of the sign with the hot glue and also reinforcing it with a little bit of clear tape. I'm also using the same cotton twine to wrap around a couple of times on the bottom of the sign. Now, I thought that was all, but the sign looked a little plain to me and to my husband, so I decided to add these two cute eggs that I made out of these colorful foam boards. So I just traced it with my hand and I cut out the shapes, and I used my black marker to color the edges just to add a little more depth and dimension, and I glued both eggs on the bottom of the sign, and that what completed this sign, and I'm really happy how it turned out. It is very simple, very cute, but also it has that pop of color that spring and Easter is full of. As always, there will be a playlist in my description box where you can find all the other participants' videos and see what they created. I will also have Heidi's channel linked in my description box, so you can go ahead and check her out. For my second project, I'm using the same beads and the same tan color, and after 2 coats were dry, I used my Waverly chalk paint in color truffle to dry brush over it to make it look more like wooden beads. Next, I'm using this white spray paint to paint my plastic eggs. That totally didn't work out. It was a total fail. So I took the wooden skewers, I poked through the hole on the bottom, and my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the color linen white, and I paint the eggs. Left them to dry, painted another coat, and after it was dry, that was a perfect color what I wanted. After they were completely dried, I'm taking the twine and I'm first taking the beads. I am taking 2 small, 1 big and 1 small again, and then I'm opening this egg because there's a hole on the bottom. I am threading through the bottom hole and then I'm through the top hole, and then I'm closing the egg. There was some damage to it, but that was easy fix afterwards with the paint, but it was so easy to do since I didn't have the long needle, so this was a perfect way to do it. After it was done, this is how the garland looked like. As I said, there was some damage to the paint, but that was easy fix. Next, I'm using my pencil and writing on the eggs, trying to recreate the Radan font, writing the words like fate, and then I am using my marker to write it over. And I added some other words as well. And after that was dried, I am trying to make a tassel, and I'm wrapping around, in this case, I'm wrapping around my leveler, and when I was done wrapping, I took it off, and then on the top portion, I am wrapping it around as so, and then I'm tying a knot, cutting off the excess, and then I'm cutting through the bottom loop, shape it the way I want it, and then when that was done, through the top loop, I am threading the piece of twine that was on a garland and tying the knot, and that was it. I cannot take credit for this garland. I actually saw this picture online. I think it was on Pinterest, and I fell in love with it. The words are different. I chose the words that actually I liked, but I think it's absolutely perfect addition to the Easter tablescape. For my third project, I'm using a scrap piece of wood that I had in my garage. It is not perfectly shaped, and I actually like that. I'm just sanding off the edges and any imperfections, and then I'm taking this chalkboard paint that I'm gonna paint on front of this board. I'm sorry that it wasn't zoomed. I really didn't realize it until later.
After I painted the way I wanted, I left it to dry, and then I decided to sand the edges of the chalkboard part just to make it look more roughed up and old. Next, I am using just a regular chalk to go over the sign. That way the chalk writing can stay on it. And I decided to write the verse on it, and I wish I had a chalk marker. It will probably look way neater, but I think it doesn't matter. It is just from the heart, and I really like what it says. And then I'm creating just a very simple bow, looping this twine a few times around my fingers and just tying it in the middle, and that's pretty much it. I am just hot gluing it on a corner of my sign, and that is it. That completes the sign. Very simple, very cute, and very powerful, I'd say. I love that it's interchangeable. I can change it if I want to. I can write whatever I want, and it can be piece that can be throughout the year in my home. I hope you guys really liked these pieces that I created, and hope you got some ideas what you can make. I would like to hear from you. What do you think? Tell me in the comments down below. Which one was your favorite?
That is it for today's video. Hope you liked all my DIYs. I'm very, very happy the way they turned out. If you like them, as always, give this video a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, if you're coming from other participants, welcome. I would love to have you as a part of my channel, so please click that subscribe button and the bell notification next to it so you get notified every time I upload my new video. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!